Good morning, pregame crew. It is Friday, October 7th, 2022, 8:22 a.m. Eastern, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time. You are at the pregame show, and what I do here every weekday is go over the indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day, and sometimes I throw in a little cannabis. No, I don't dish it out as a party favor, but we will be looking at cannabis names today. Major focus for us being chart guys. We have one of the best marijuana sector traders in the world. I think he is the leading marijuana trader. Find a better one. Just show me. Anyway, welcome to the show. Let's do a little audio visual check. I will say hello to my friends, do a few chart requests, and then get ready for the non-farm payrolls in 7 minutes. Non-farm payrolls, 7 minutes. Good morning. Neil, Andre, Greg, Night Truck, Whitney, Miss Kryptonite, Alnick, Matthew, Casey, good morning, Andre. How you doing, Matthew? Yeah, hit the like button. Hey, Neb, Carlos, Amir, Basque, thanks, Night Truck. Hey, Adam, Sam, Trader Satoshi, Mary, Roger, Chat, Delta. Exactly, MG. Hey, MG, how are you? Haven't seen ya. I hope you're doing well. Playing a lot of great tennis. Good morning, Sundin. Hey, RJ, let me go back and see if there's any chart request. Not yet, so we're all good. Bonjour. Hey, RJ. Okay, BNB had some type of hack, didn't they? Someone stole $100 million or something. Hey, Julian. Yeah, they had some type of hack overnight. I saw that, or it looks like it was yesterday afternoon. I just saw it this morning. But hourly EQ, we're sitting on the daily 50 EMA and 21 EMA. That's typically a good area to look for a daily high or low when you have this type of move. See, we held 2777, we hit 27860. So we have a daily double bottom right now at that level, and we're barely over it right now. So let's just say 277 is the key level. 4 hour on the next bounce, what bears are looking to step in at any move above 28610 is your resistance, the high of this bounce. If you peak above that and fail, that would give more validity to a potential 4 hour bear flag. Hourly EQ. Hi, Thomas. Mary, CGC's on my list, so if you don't mind, I'll cover it later. But let me just tell you the name of the game. Let me cut to the chase so you don't even have to wait. The name of the game today is Backburner. And if these marijuana names, which most of them have gotten 5-minute oversold in pre-market, now I'm waiting for 15-minute oversold in regular trading hours. Okay, TSM. TSM potential hourly bear flag. Semis had bad news overnight. Daily lower high is what we're looking for. 4 hour lower high on any bounce. Potential hourly bear flag. We're not oversold on the hourly, so there is a little meat left on the bone, but I'd wait for a bounce up for a short on TSM. OGI going to be the same story on all of these marijuana names. First 5-minute and or 15-minute oversold is what we're looking for. A little bit of a head and shoulders on this one, so caution. If you're in long, I would stay in long as these 15-minute EMAs are below you. If you lose that, I would take profit for sure, if not all, but at least a scale of profit at open, and then see how the bulls potentially buy that dip. XRP. Nope, that's not an X. All right, wow, that's getting tight. 15-minute, looks like a potential bear flag on the 4 hour. Possibly a 4 hour lower high is expected compared to 5041. You have support at 4820. And daily, we're just getting tighter, so we have a nice EQ. Higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low, and we're setting a lower high at the moment now on the daily in this EQ. the bulls without a position who want to position themselves bullishly within this EQ, you're waiting for a little bit of a pullback closer to 44 cents. All right, it's 6:27. Amir, I have a indicator underway, by the way, Trade Keeper. This is the first time I've announced it or even said anything about it. I've been working on it for months now because I think one of the most difficult things to do in trading, there's plenty of parts of trading that are difficult. One of the major pieces is letting a winner run, cutting the loser quickly and letting a winner run. So I've developed an indicator that will help keep you in the trade as long as this indicator, for example, if you're long, stays green, you stay in the trade. But just simple, keeping it simple. If you're in an overnight trade and then you open up and you're above the EMAs long and you're long, stay in the trade as long as the 5-minute EMAs are below you. And if you're in a very large position, you can make it even simpler. Let's go to CGC now. You could go to CGC in the 1 minute. So yesterday you could say, once it had that burst out the gate, still can't see it. Come on, mouse. See those 1 minute EMAs supporting price? We never had a candle close below those EMAs. You tell yourself, I will get out the minute we have a candle close below the EMA on whatever time frame you're looking at. If you have a smaller, more medium-sized position, you could say 5-minute EMAs. If you're in we're talking about day trading scalps here. And then if it's a 1 minute, if it's a huge position, say, okay, I won't give it a lot of room at all. I want to keep this profit and I'm going to stay in as long as the 1 minute EMAs are below you. So if you got in over here and you used that tactic, watched it in after hours, the first time you would have exited would be around 370 from this 320 area. It would have kept you in. So you can do that, or Heiken Ashy candles are another nice trick. So here, Heiken Ashy candles, they smooth out the price action for you. And you could say, I will stay in long the CGC scalp as long as the candles remain green on Heiken Ashy. And that just means you're in an uptrend. The first red candle on Heiken Ashy 2 or 5 minute, I will get out. So there's different tricks that you can use to keep you in. You have to remind yourself, if your edge is providing you about a 65% win rate, let's say, oh, it's non-farm payroll time, then overall you need to let your winners run to offset your losses. Okay, we're pulling back pretty hard here. 37.20 is key support. We're here, right now, and we broke it. So below 37, your next support, 3,700, and then 37.10, 7.5, we just held that. 37.10, 3,700, and then 36.86. We're bouncing pretty good here. So we're looking for a daily higher low with the size of the bounce we had this week. And typically you look for that daily higher low when hourly is oversold, and we just hit hourly oversold right there on that move down. I know it doesn't look like it now, but we did hit hourly oversold. And now we're bouncing. So what is the number? Oh, the number was good, which means that's bad. So we were expecting 263,000 and we got 270. Oh, I'm looking at private sector payrolls. So we get a little bit less than what was expected. So that should be bullish for the market. And again, that's why you just say, you know what? I don't even care what the data is. I'm just going to trade the price action. We just broke a very key support now. Now, daily, we're still looking for a daily higher low compared to the 52-week low of 35.71. We're still looking for that that daily higher low. But right now, bears have control of this chart. So now bears will be looking to re-enter on this bounce, looking for that 15-minute lower high. So of course, when we have days like this where we have data, it makes my job a little bit harder because all of my careful planning can go out the window, but the levels are still the levels regardless of the reaction. And I'm just going to show you my notes. I typically don't show these notes, but once a week, I give these notes to the pregame show, to the Chart Guys members when I'm done. So I was looking bearish on the day. Semis had bearish news after market. Market will have a hard time sustaining a bounce without semi participation. The dollar had a diamond bearish reversal pattern. That was a little bit bullish bias for the market, but I saw a NASDAQ hourly RSI head and shoulders. We had major phantom prints, which are prints that are reported late on SPY, IWM to the downside, and sometimes those can act as magnets. And we were at ES 50 RSI support, and Hang Seng was down 1.51% overnight. So this was kind of my lay of the land for the day. The semis had me looking bearish, NASDAQ had me looking bearish, and the phantom prints to the downside. Now let's go back to ES. Let me show you the daily RSI. So the daily RSI on ES is below 50. 50 is acting as a resistance. We need to get over that. So we were at that do or die point on the 4 hour where we were holding 50 RSI at the time that I was typing the notes, but now we're losing it. All right. Oh, thanks, Haley. Haley, I hope you're well. You have some great energy. You are just killing it with your trading, so I'm so happy for you. Yeah, Jill, I would sell it open. So Jill is asking if you had CGC calls expiring in 2 weeks currently in the money. I would sell it open because you have to remember premiums are juiced right now, meaning that this high volatility we have in cannabis sector is really juicing premiums. So it is my guesstimate that you would have an opportunity to buy back lower if you wanted. Now that's just a guesstimate, but I have some CGC calls I will be selling at open. All right, let's get started with the show officially. This is who I am. I'm Charkow Lori. I'm part of Charkow's community, and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, that'd be great, at Charkow Lori. And what I do typically is I reserve these notes for TCG members only, but today I'll be showing you. I actually will move them to the side. It makes it a little easier for me to follow along if they're on another screen, so I can look at the chart and my notes at the same time. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation as to what all these colors are. And also we have a YouTube video that says how to set up your chart like Dan or Lori. So welcome. Let's get started with the indices. Then we'll go over commodities, cryptos, and movers and shakers of the day. Jason is in chat, I see, and so is MG and Neil, I believe. So if you have any questions, they'll be able to help you. I can't monitor chat and rip through these 25 charts in 25 minutes. So spoiler alert, we just had a bearish reaction to NFP if you're just now joining us, and we have broken that key support of 37.30. We were range bound in that 37.30 area. We actually hit the 4 hour 50 MA. We're bouncing pretty nicely now. Let's see if they can reverse this. We're still looking for a 15-minute lower high on a bounce. So let me show you something cool that I saw in RSI. Why did I type that? I said hourly, but it was on the 30-minute. 30-minute on NASDAQ had a head and shoulders, had me looking a little bit bearish, but that's now negated. So let's just take that off. That's not important now. We hit the hourly 200 MA on NASDAQ and bounced a little bit. We broke that key support of 11,366. Who sold the SPX Iron Condor yesterday? It should have worked perfectly for you. You should have expired with absolutely zero premium. So you could have sold this spread for about, I think it was $550 or $600 yesterday. And you could have sold it at $600 and collected the full premium. And of course, I told you there's a lot of details with this type of approach that I plan to do a course around. But I always let these expire worthless because you can't get assigned on SPX. They're cash settled, so you don't get assigned, and I don't want to pay the commissions to close them out, so I just let them expire worthless when I sell them. And then the Amazon Iron Condor should have worked perfectly as well. I didn't retype this. This is what I typed yesterday on Amazon. Where was it? Sell to open, the 123, 125 call spread, and the 117, 115 put spread. And you can see the low of yesterday was 119.50 and the high was 121.53. If you sold this to open, you should have collected full premium on that because it expired at zero, which is what we want when we sell options. So hopefully that worked. Thank you, Amir. I appreciate it. Apple and I have been doing this little tango this week. It's been fun. The inside bar yesterday on the daily were people able to capitalize on that? So we closed yesterday with a daily inside bar, which we were anticipating due to the size of the prior day's range and the hurry up and wait attitude for today's non-farm payrolls. So hopefully you were able to capitalize on that. And then Apple, the look above and fail. And again, I did not adjust these settings at all. We talked about that daily bullish engulfing candle, i.e. an outside bar sets up for broadening formations. And we were looking for a look above and fail on Apple. So we looked above, well, I'm getting my days messed up, Wednesday's high. So yesterday we looked above Wednesday's high, 147.38. We hit 147.54 and we failed because of this outside bar setup. Does that make sense? So we had this candle from Tuesday, a little tiny range, and Wednesday we had an outsized move, creating an outside bar, which sets up for a broadening formation or a cheerleader megaphone on a lower time frame. And that had me looking for the look above and fail on Apple. And now I'm looking for the opposite, a look below and fail and stay within this megaphone. So we hit 142 this morning. Let's actually put a trend line on this. I've got to increase the speed on my mouse. It just doesn't move when I move. When I move, you move, just like that. That's too far down. That would be way too far. So I'm not going to use that trend line for an estimate. So we could just look in this area, let's say 142, 141.50 area for Apple to get some footing. We hit hourly oversold. I'm sure you saw that alert. You see all my alerts. Okay, so these are all the ones that have triggered. So you see Apple hourly oversold hit. It hit this morning. So we're bouncing from that hourly oversold. And I had that trigger looking for that daily higher low opportunity at that hourly oversold area. And this is something we teach within TCG for price action. Clues is looking for oversold conditions when you have enough room for a daily higher low. So what's the gap on this? 143.07, we have a gap from Monday. So if we open in this area, this gap will have filled, and that makes me feel even better for a potential bottom fish buy on Apple. So TCGers, when you get my notes, this is a new development, so you're not going to have all of these notes in my notes I share. So this, you'll just have to rewind to this area, I guess. So everybody always asks me about Apple, so I just started with it today. That's just how it goes. Dollars enjoying this non-farm payroll news. We had a potential diamond bearish reversal pattern that is now negated. And it was a potential 4-hour bull flag, and it's breaking bull, but man, that sure does look like a megaphone. That looked like on the 2-hour. Do y'all see how my thesis just evolves as I talk to y'all? This is something I don't say, or I can't remember saying to y'all. We have to allow time to think. If you're just waking up, sitting at the computer, ready to click buttons, you're not going to be prepared for the trading day. You have to stop and give yourself time to think, not just do homework and map levels. Think about where we came from, who's trying to do what? What are the bulls trying to do? What are the bears trying to do? Who is gaining ground on their objective, on actually making headway? Who isn't making ground? And really allow yourself time to think and form a thesis about the markets or whatever tool you're trading. Look at the correlations. You have to allow and make time for yourself to think. And I think that that's a very overlooked step in trading is homework. Doing that homework and say, okay, wait, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Why is this happening? And look for all the clues. So what I'm looking at right now on the dollar is this. We're making these tiny higher highs without a lot of follow through. We're making tiny lower lows without a lot of follow through. That makes for broadening formation. So, let's type that out. Apple, hourly oversold, broadening formation. Support line is here. Dixie, potential Megaphone. We're at resistance. Apple, ES, hourly oversold, scouting a daily higher low. And you just keep adding up evidence. You're like, wait a minute. Okay, don't get too bearish on the day. For me, this is some major cause to pause and say, okay, watch your bear thesis. Just watch it, because it could get invalidated with all of these different little glimmers of hope. Let's call this the glimmers of hope slide for the bulls. All right, so we went over dollar, ES. Your major support's the low of this move, 37.10, then 3700, then 36.86. Your major resistance for the day is 37.70. I have to close out some shorts real quick. So I closed out the shorts that I had on ES because everything I had was lining up for a bear thesis. And I had my stop over 37.70 and my entry was around 37.60. So I closed out those shorts and now I'm going to remain neutral. All right. So ES, I gave you the levels. NQ. Hey, Mark. Happy Friday to you. Are you my Mark that helped me down a mountain, Mark? If so, hi. You're so sweet. I hope you're well and your sweet wife. Okay, NASDAQ. NASDAQ, your key support, you've lost it. So your next support is down at 11, let's call it 11,300, 11,300, and then 11,039. We look at this on the daily. We have plenty of room for a higher low. I was hoping to be able to draw for those market bulls, this inverse head and shoulders with this reaction. And of course, the non-farm payrolls messed up that little dream of mine this morning. All right. NASDAQ, I gave you the levels. RTY. RTY is holding up a little bit better. We're still holding the 1734 support from Wednesday. So let's see if RTY can help prop up this market up here. We're still holding the daily 8 EMA and have plenty of room for daily higher low. We've lost that 4-hour 50 RSI support. So 1734 is key support for RTY. YM. Oh, Mark. Yeah, that's that Mark. That's funny. You are that Mark. Okay, so 29549 over here was a prior resistance that could offer support on YM. Dang, this thing is weak. You see how we rejected the hourly 50 RSI? Don't minimize the importance of that. It's a great indicator for me. So your next support on the hourly is 29500. Well, that made it easy. Captain Obvious. Okay, VIX, we should have gotten a spike on that. Well, that is bizarro. Okay, y'all. What is going on here? That should be spiking. Okay, this looks like the VIX bulls just woke up. But I'm going to go add this to my list. Let's go add that to my list. VIX is diverging from the market. It's actually, let's call it VIX bull divergence, in that VIX is pulling back while the market's pulling back. That's a good sign for market bulls. Do you see how we're just kind of lining up our glimmers of hope to say, okay, don't get overly bearish, but the dollar's charging right here, right now. That won't be good for market bulls. Okay, on the VIX, see if they woke up. Looks like they're setting that hourly higher low. Your resistance, $30.74. Y'all, we drew this box yesterday, this rectangle. Let's see. And it hit it. Wow. We were looking for that hourly higher low yesterday. So your resistance, $30.74. As long as these hourly EMAs remain as support, VIX bulls are in charge. But that sure was a delayed reaction. Okay, Bitcoin, let's see how it's negatively impacting Bitcoin. Pretty negatively. And I did mention Hang Seng was down 1.51% overnight, and DAX is down currently 0.5. That is a bearish bias on the market based on international markets. Okay, Bitcoin. I've lost the 4-hour support. We're looking for a daily higher low compared to 18923. Do y'all see where we rejected? Don't minimize the importance of the boomer indicator, the 50 MA, which is my gold standard indicator. 50 MA rejected Bitcoin on the daily. And now bulls are looking for a daily higher low. We have enough room, it's not guaranteed, and we're at hourly oversold, which is typically where we go look for a potential trend change on a lower time frame. So we wait for a 5-minute trend change back to the upside to start looking for that bottom fish for that daily higher low. But right now it's too soon, way too soon. I have no SPX, no ES, no futures position, nothing right now, because for me, we broke bear. The bear trade has happened, and now it's okay. We wait and see who's going to show their faces today. Ethereum is weak. We are looking for that daily higher low compared to 1262, and this just gives more validity to that bear flag. Do y'all see it? We're on our second weekly inside bar with Ethereum. Looks like a weekly bear flag, and then you get these little tiny higher highs without a lot of follow through. Let me see if I can draw it with path. And I promise I'll speed up my mouse. My brain is working way faster than the mouse today. We got these tiny higher highs. Well, actually, we didn't get a higher high. We hit 1384. But you could just see as we struggle here at these daily EMAs that we have that bear flag potential on a higher time frame. So stay agile. Crypto bulls, stay agile. Okay, on gold, we're looking for a daily higher low. It will go nowhere as long as the dollar is bouncing and strong. Plenty of room for a daily higher low, and hourly is oversold. This is the tip area where we typically look for that daily higher low with hourly oversold. And we have plenty of room on gold, tons of real estate. So gold could be a great bottom fish today. I would wait for a minimum 5-minute trend change. That's a queen of the mountain trade, I hereby declare. There's 400 viewers, and how many likes do we have? I can't even see. Oh, 82 likes. That's it? Only 20% of y'all think what I'm saying is decent? I mean, I'm not looking for straws. I actually have a very bear bias. I have a bear bias on the day. I'm just checking myself. Does that make sense? So I actually have a bear bias on the day. I came into this reaction short, but I want to make sure I'm not getting overly bearish. So I start balancing out the other side with everything that I see. I'm not looking for confirmation bias. I'm actually looking for the contrarian viewpoint to say, slow your roll, Lori. So thank you for calling me out on that, Jaime. I appreciate it. But I'm glad that you said that so I could kind of clarify. I am bearish on the day, yet I see some evidence building for the bulls that I want to make sure I don't get overly bearish. All right, gold, will be a bottom fish attempt. 5-minute RSI is at 15, but we have to wait for bulls to show their face. Okay, you have a 2-minute stair step. If you don't know what a stair step is, Dan has a video on it. And what you're doing is when we have sequential highs of candles, and so we have another lower high, another lower high, another lower high, another lower high, and you wait for a candle to break the high of the low bar, and that triggers you into a long. So you just keep marking this down and saying, okay, not yet, not yet, not yet. And then you enter long and put your stop below the low of that low bar. And I just went fast with all that. That's really a great trade setup right now on gold. Looking to nail this hourly, oversold, daily, higher low attempt. All right, oil. Oh, Adam, that's nice. The VIX is spiking now, so it was just slow to react. Okay, oil's pulling back, and that's because oil is expressed in dollars. So oil is $88, and the denominator is dollar. So whatever is expressed in dollars, which is everything, when it's strong, it's going to weaken oil. So it affects our commodities more so than even stocks. So $88 is your support. Now you've pulled back enough to look for a lower high on oil. I was impressed with oil bulls. They were able to clear this daily 50 MA. Let's see if they fall back below it. They have plenty of room for a daily higher low. So bulls will be waiting for an hourly higher low on oil. I have to slow down and say that now. I say it so fast that it starts sounding weird. So I have to say it slower, hourly. So we're looking for an hourly higher low compared to $88 on oil, but this pullback is pretty grandiose. So I would be looking for a lower high on the next bounce. Nat gas. Oh, that's so nice of y'all. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Hey, Tammy, my sweet girl. All right. Nat gas potential hourly bear flag. 4-hour trap below the EMAs. Nat gas has been a tough trade, y'all. A really, really tough trade. Now, let's see. I'm really careful to call out patterns when Jason's on here. I don't know why. Like, wait, don't call that. But it kind of looks like a daily inverse head and shoulders is forming. But bulls have a lot of work to do. This would be the world's tiniest head ever. See if we can get a right shoulder and get some type of reversal pattern going. And the reason I'm looking bullish on nat gas long term is because of this monthly chart. Looking for the monthly higher low. I'm thinking about mountain mark. Monthly higher low compared to 5325. Bulls have enough room for a monthly higher low, and I've just been waiting for it to be set. And oil has set its monthly higher low, but nat gas has not done it definitively yet. I'm supposed to be whispering because my mother-in-law is in the other room, and I'm talking so loud. So, oops. Apple. Okay, Apple. I went through my whole shebang with y'all. Hourly oversold, looking for a daily higher low. We have a potential 4-hour broadening formation, and we can't just step in. These broadening formations are difficult. I think it's tough to just step in on a lower low when you don't have a support nearby. So therefore, you have to wait for a trend change on a lower time frame in order for a responsible entry. I like Apple to the long side, but I only like it once it gets a 2-minute, or if it gets a 2-minute trend change. ES is here at $3,700 psychological. Let's see if that can offer support. If not, 3686 is your next support. Amazon. Whitney, I trade QG futures or NG futures, but you can trade, what is it, y'all? Cold, KOLD, or Boyle, and they are the leveraged instruments for nat gas, and you'll have to look up which one is bullish and which one's bearish. Sorry, had to get water. Okay, so Amazon, what did I have in my notes for Amazon? I don't think I had anything. 4-hour EQ, no edge for me. Okay, so it's testing 117.69. Okay, I would say as long as it's holding this 4-hour 50 MA, so the low of pre-market 117.33, if it holds that, that's a pretty strong stance by the bulls. Let's see what they can do if they can get a 2-minute trend change going. But again, I have no edge here on Amazon. My only trade would be buying that dip to 117.69, but we broke it in after hours. So we just wait till open. Do y'all know the saying, and I think there is some validity to this, that retail traders or inexperienced traders open the market and the professionals close it? And I believe that. So to that end, that's why I don't open up a lot of trades for the first 30 minutes the market's open. We normally get a lot of miscues and missignals because it's a low volume hour, and the big money is on the sidelines waiting for retailers to kind of flush themselves out, and then they step in, and then the real direction is shown at close. So I don't know if you've heard that before, but I think there is some validity to that. So I will be sitting on the sides the first 30 minutes, and then I will develop a thesis for the day once I see how that 30 minutes kind of closes out. And market internals. Market internals are a hard read for me at open because we're factoring in all of that overnight action. The real market internals that tell me what's going on under the hood of the market, I can usually ascertain that or tease that out by, 8 o'clock my time, 30 minutes after we open. Market internals tell me a heck of a lot about the market price action. All right, NVIDIA bounces are for shorting with this bearish news. They had bearish news overnight. All semis did, so they're getting impacted. So bounces are for shorting. And again, the semis, let me pull this back over here so you can see. I had this typed out at around 4 a.m. this morning. First thing I said, semis, bearish news. Market will have a hard time sustaining a bounce without semi participation. That is huge, huge. We got to have the semis in order to have a sustained move to the upside. They need the semis to bounce. And that's going to be a tall order considering how hard they pulled back and the bearish news and the cloud overhang, black cloud over them. All right, Tesla. I think I had contrarian hat again on this. Yeah, hourly EQ. Let me look at it again. Yes, PBO, we are in bearish downtrends on hourly. Wait, let me go make sure before I say that. Yep, daily we have a higher high with no trend change. So you're right, 4-hour downtrend. Yep, hourly downtrend. 15-minute downtrend. Yep, PBO, you're right. Mark S., you were also on that mountain. Okay, I know who you are then. All right, and it was just a hill, but it sure did feel like a mountain when I was going down it. All right, no, when I was going up it. Tesla. Hourly EQ leaning bullish with RSI bull divergence, but very cautiously. Okay, did we broke it to the bearish side. Oy. I know a lot of y'all trade Tesla, so I really take my time. I want to be very thoughtful and not flippant with my comments. But this is what I was looking at this morning. Is we had bull divergence. So we had price making lower low while the RSI was making higher lows. Here's why I say dang it, because I am a price action trader first. I use RSI for clues. I use volume for clues, squeezes, 50 moving average, Ichimoku clouds, MACD, you name it. But I'm a price action trader first. Price action trader first. And price action tells me the bears have control. But this bullish divergence just has me kind of looking, oh wait, let me go back again. I appreciate y'all allowing me this time to think. Again, I want to be very thoughtful. If we could get a lower low below 233.27, y'all, that could be a 4-hour falling wedge. And that would explain this bull divergence. Okay, let's go look for support. If I can tease this out, this may be our Queen of the Mountain trade. 22933. Let me. Right there, 22933. If we could get a buy in that area, y'all, that may be the long of the week. No, how could we beat 143 Apple? We can't. We can't beat it. But so you can see that marijuana has my focus today. CGC, MSOS, and Tilray looking for oversold bounce plays, most likely on the 15-minute now that the market's weak. And now that the market is weak, it totally dampens this potential move on or continuation move for marijuana. It just is a fly in the ointment, meaning it's ruining the setup. So please be careful getting overly bullish marijuana if the market continues on this weakness. So I'm looking at marijuana names, Apple and Tesla, and those 5 names will have my complete focus for the day. Of course, always watching ES. So that'll be interesting. The CGC holding up pretty well, which we would want it to. Let's delete everything now that some of the supports are ruined. Let's do a fib. Okay, as long as we can get hourly candle closes above 369, which that one closed slightly below, we have a 4-hour bull flag in play. Does that make sense? So from the low of yesterday to the high of after hours, which had enough volume to make it a valid level, then I think we could have a continuation play. Let me do that for MSOS. And MSOS should have, oh, when these numbers are up there. Now let me do it again. MSOS is holding up better, which you would expect because Biden pardoning simple marijuana possession charges and asking the states to do the same. That is a United States-based action and initiative. So it should behoove or benefit U.S. cannabis more so than Canada cannabis. So it makes sense that MSOS is holding up better, and it should have a better bounce. It also had a more outsized move. So this large move, 34%, we could pull back to 1173 and still be healthy, okay? So MSOS may give you more bang for your buck on an oversold bounce trade. And then I'm going to go over Tilray while we're on it. Again, it's pulled back more than MSOS, a little too much. So top fishing 453 may make sense. They had earnings this morning. They had a miss by, is it $3,000? Like 153,000, 156 or something like that. They had a slight miss on earnings. So Tilray has a fly in the ointment. This is not a straight up cannabis positive news trade because they had earnings miss this morning. So Tilray, so here's how I would trade it now that I'm thinking about it. So if you were taking MSOS long and CGC long, looking for a 4-hour bull flag continuation on an oversold bounce trade, you may look to top fish Tilray against 453 as a hedge to those other two. That may make sense. Nike is a random, just random. And y'all, I have shown y'all this before, but y'all see all the names I look up. These are my steady names that I look at every day, just looking for setups for the TCG chat room, just constantly clicking through them on the 15-minute, seeing if there's EQs, looking for it. So Nike, I look at almost every day. I was looking for this daily lower high. You see this? We're looking for a daily hoer lie. You gotta hate when that hoe lies. Compared to 90.43. Oh God, it's been a long week. We're running into the 8 EMA from below. I love a top fish setup on Nike, a bear trade. I need it to bounce though. I just need it to bounce closer. Let's say $90.50. I don't see why I don't trade Apple all day, every day, huh, y'all? It's just been golden to us. Okay, I'm tired. My mouse is obviously tired. Everybody's tired. So retail buys at open. Paul White, because of the volatility. Let me show you, Paul. I know that you're a newer member to TCG, but the chart guys was started by Jason and Dan. And it was started, they were both primarily MJ traders. So we have a marijuana room. We have a marijuana room just dedicated to psychedelics and marijuana stock-related news. And look at this. Look at those percentage gains on the marijuana names, Paul. That's why. You want to steal my heart? Have a watch list that looks like this. This type of volatility is what dreams are made of. And so when you have names that are at the baby stages of becoming legitimate sectors, meaning that it's still a federal whatever crime, marijuana, scheduled blank drug, whatever, if we can get that changed in all states, then it becomes a more legitimate sector and institutions can trade it, and then it's going to have more liquidity, but it'll have less volatility. So right now, you're getting major swings to the upside and downside. And if you are a ninja trader, you can have banger days. I'm telling you, if I had to bet or go on record, I would say there was at least 10, 15 traders in TCG yesterday that made 6 figures on that MJ news. And we reported it quickly. We were on it. Dan was in CGC at $3.14. You see that? That ain't chump change. I randomly pull it. 40%? 40% bounce. And he did sell some in after hours. That's why. You show me charts like this, you're going to get heart, 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 love, love, love. Paul, Biden. So Biden yesterday is asked to pardon all, I'm not going to go back and find it, asked to go back and pardon all crimes of simple marijuana possession, something like that. All right. Oh my God, it's 7:07 and I'm still talking. All right, thank you for joining me. Oh God, what have I done? So sorry, TCGers, for cutting into Lamont time. Thank you for joining me. I will see y'all in the room. Use stop losses, and happy 420.